What is going on, people? Inside that internet machine, welcome to this collection video. I posted a fan poll, a fan vote on the community tab here on YouTube, and it was a tie between the Game Boy collection and the PlayStation 4 collection. So next week we'll do Game Boy, but today we're going to do PlayStation 4. I love the PlayStation 4. I think last console generation was really good with the Xbox and the Switch and the PS4. Was it 6th generation good? Probably not. But if you want to just see the games, I'll leave a timestamp right here. And you can go check out the games. But I do want to talk about the PlayStation 4 for just a minute. Like I said, it's one of my favorite consoles of all time. My daughter has a PlayStation 4. My two sons have a PlayStation 4. I have the gold PlayStation 4. And the games were just really good. I remember when I got my PlayStation 4, I'd built up some trade credit at GameStop, and I went in there and they had Shantae Half Genie Hero and Song of the Deep, two games that I really wanted, and I ended up buying it that day. I was like, today's the day, I'm going to use my trade credit, I'm going to get these games, and it was like, $120 out of pocket, for the console and the games, whatever it was, and I've just loved it ever since. So many great games. And we're going to see some of those games. So what are some of your experiences with the PS4? Do you love it? What are some of your favorite games? Leave a comment down below. But let's just take a look at some of these awesome games. You can see I just throw my games on the shelf. I don't like to have them stacked this way, but I'm running out of room. I'd rather have them, record way. But anywho, a game I live streamed last week, Earth Defense Force 4.1. The Shadow of New Despair. Great game. Love that game. It's like Starship Troopers, man. If Starship Troopers was a badass game, that would be it. Caladrius Blaze. One of the best things about the PS4, in my opinion, over the other two consoles in this generation, were the amount of shooters that were on the console. Because, the PlayStation 4 is region free, so we can get all those shooters from all those different countries, plus with, the limited run, strictly limited, Red Art Games type stuff. It was just an awesome shooter console, which are the games that I love. Arcade Racers, it did really well. This is Xenon Racer. I haven't beaten this one yet. I just got that one about a month ago. Jedi Fallen Order, a game that I want to play. Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale series. And I'll tell you, these Telltale games, I used to go into GameStop and see them all the time, and now I'm not really seeing them. And since they're not making them anymore, I'm going to try and pick them up if I can. Marvel Pinball, another game that, they made like one or two print runs of. This is Zen Studios. I think they'd rather sell these online in, table packs as opposed to, put them on a disc. I got this in a trade from the guys over at Rebel Gaming Club. Yukos Island Express. I guess it's all like a pinball Metroid game, so that will be cool. Beat this game this year. Shakedown Hawaii. Found this at Brian's Video Trader. Notice the hole punch in the UPC code there. This is a sample copy. This went out to a developer or somebody who worked on the game, which is really cool. Stern Pinball Arcade. I highly recommend picking up all these pinball games on PS4 because you can't find them anymore and they don't make them anymore. And Farsight Studios lost the license to Williams and Gottlieb, so they probably won't be making any more of those games. This was a really cool Facebook Marketplace deal. Danganronpa 1 and 2 Reloaded. This one does have the soundtrack. Kind of uncommon. It's in that $50-$60 range. Great game right here. Mafia 3. Now what I loved about this is when this came out, this was like a hot mess. But when you pop this in to your console, whether on PS4 or the Xbox, it will give you the definitive edition. So you don't have to worry about all that. Well, it's still buggy mess, but you don't have to worry about all of the buggy messes. One of my favorite games on the PlayStation 4, Ratchet and Clank. This is such a great game. This is a game that got me into the Ratchet and Clank series. I never played a Ratchet and Clank game before until I played this game. I live streamed it like in one sitting or two sittings, I think. And yeah, just great. Now I play a new Ratchet and Clank game every single year. Yeah, these collections. Here's Mega Man Legacy Collection. At Brian's Video Trader out at Buckeye Games out there, they have the X Collection, X Legacy Collection or whatever it is for like 25 bucks. I'm definitely gonna pick that up. Nier Automata Day One. I was enjoying this game. but I could not figure out, you know, like the leveling up, upgrade kind of system. I was just like, those types of games kill me sometimes. Great game right here if you get your hands on this one. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. A lot of customization, but you don't really need it to beat the game. Sort of Symphony of the Night-esque, and it looks great, sounds great, plays great. I highly recommend that one. All right, next stack here. Got the Song of the Deep Watch from Retro Hack. It's really cool. Anyway, put that over here. Song of the Deep, what a great game. Underrated game. I think this was a GameStop exclusive, and I think it was like only on PS4 or Xbox, PS4 and Xbox. Yeah, just a great sort of casual game. Really fun to play. I always recommend, even if you're not a sports game fan, to have a couple sports games, you know, in your collection, just because they're kind of fun to pick up and play, even if you're not going to play through an entire season and do all the extra features that they have. MLB The Show 17. Got this one from Captain Retro, and I think we played like 3 games against each other. But it's got Ken Griffey Jr. on it. I'm a huge Ken Griffey Jr. fan. Probably my favorite player of all time. Uncharted Collection. I got all these on PlayStation 3, and I played them on PlayStation 3, but yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with the Nathan Drake Collection. This was a surprise. Got this one from MC Mur, Titanfall 2. Guys, I don't really like first-person shooter games, but this one was really, really good, and it was really short, about 6 or 8 hours, not overly complicated. The missions seemed to be like that right length, right? They weren't too long. Transformers Devastation. I know this game catches a lot of heat. I actually really, really liked it, and I want to live stream this again. I liked it. This was my last Toys R Us purchase. Toys R Us went out of business here in the States. I think it's still around in Canada, but this was my last Toys R Us purchase, was Transformers Devastation. Amazing game right here. Marvel's Spider-Man. I love the customization and the suits, and the missions are okay, but they're sort of repetitive, you know what I mean? Need for Speed Rivals, great game right here. You can play as the cops and track down the illegal racers, or you can play as the illegal racers and try and outmaneuver the cops. So very, very fun game. Kick-ass soundtrack on that one too. Got this one from the video game collector, Tony Morales. It is the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Listen, Sony and Crash Bandicoot go together like peanut butter and jelly, man. It's where he's supposed to be. Uncharted Lost Legacy. I actually did not like that game. It looks great. It's a pretty game, but it just seemed to go on forever. You know what I mean? It was kind of too long for what it is. We have FIFA 16. Now, I picked this one up because I like soccer, but I'm more of an international soccer type fan. So with the women's national team, the men's national team, it's really cool to be able to play as the women's national team. I think the last time you could play a women's soccer game was like Mia Hamm on N64. You know what I mean? It was like a long time ago. So it was kind of cool to play as our women's national team. Say what you want about them, they're still pretty good. Mega Man 11. I got this one from Video Game Collector also, from Tony Morales. I don't think I've played that yet. A game that I want to play, because I heard it's really good. Middle Earth Shadow of War. I'm not really into the Middle Earths sagas. Great game right here. The Last of Us Remastered. Now this one does come with the Left Behind DLC. So if you're wanting to play Last of Us, I recommend this one. Get that one for sure. I also have The Last of Us Part 2, the Collector's Edition. Listen, I thought Last of Us 2 was a great game. It was a little long, and I thought some of the back and forth missions where you kind of play as Abby and you play as Ellie and you're kind of on this collision course together, I thought maybe some of those missions could be like side missions or unlocked missions, you know. Anyway, that's my opinion. Shadow of the Colossus. I was watching Uncle Strange play this, and now I want to play it because that's how peer pressure works. Another great arcade racer, man. If you like Wipeout or F-Zero, Redout. This is the Lightspeed Edition. Very cheap. You can get that at GameStop for like $10. Tearaway. One of the first games I got on the PS4, but I've never played it yet. Alright, so I got on the hype train on this one, and I'm not really RPG guy. Most of you guys know that, but I got Secret of Mana. I started to play it, and I got stuck because I wasn't at a certain level, so I had to leave and then grind and then beat this like water dragon thing or something. Then I went to this next level, and I was just getting my ass kicked, and I'm like, the idea that I've gone to the next level and now I can't do anything, so I have to go back and grind and get to a certain level, to a level that they don't tell me that I need to be at. I'm just guessing at this point. Anyway, that's why I don't like RPGs, man. I don't like all that grindy nonsense. Like, the pace of gameplay sometimes is sort of off, you know what I mean? It's just not for me. Horizon Zero Dawn, this is the complete edition. Loved Horizon Zero Dawn, and, you know, I'm probably not going to get a PS5 for a long, long time. So I hope that the new Horizon game comes out also on PS4. PS4 is a shooter monster, man. Cinemore EX. If you like Time Crisis, yeah, the gun game where you get time. This is sort of like a Time Crisis shooter game. Loved it. Story's a little dark, but still pretty good. Spider-Man 2, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, another great Spider-Man game. I'm really digging the new Spider-Man style, the way they look, the way they play, the costumes and everything. They're really, really great, and I highly recommend them. All right, so next stack we got Monster Supercross 3, but inside it's actually Supercross 2. Kind of fun, man. I was in that mode where I wanted to play like an Excite Bike type game, so I think I picked that up at Pawn Shop for like $5. Here's another. This game was cheap. Cyvaria Delta. It's a shooter. It's more bullet heli, but very good. You get infinite continue, so if you're sort of just kind of getting into shooters, that game should be pretty easy to beat. We got Kingdom Hearts 3. I really enjoyed Kingdom Hearts 1 on the PlayStation 2. Never finished it. I got stuck. Didn't know what to do. Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. I love the Tomb Raider games on the PS4. I mean, they look great, they sound great, they play great. I just sort of wish that they would go back. Like, in the old Tomb Raider games, it was, you know, cutscene, here's the problem, we go to this, you know, we go to Peru, we go through the temple, and by doing so, by beating the temple, we unlock the next cutscene. These new Tomb Raider games are open world, and in a couple of these games, the tombs are almost just like side quests, you know, to unlock, you know, more ammo or something else. Duke Nukem 3D World Tour, 20th Anniversary World Tour. I started to play this, again, I got stuck. Some of those, like, puzzles, I don't know. Star Wars Battlefront. Here's a cool game. Wild Guns Reloaded. Now, this game is tough. It is a very challenging game. Knack, if you see it out there for $5, why not? Another shooter, man. Raiden 5 Director's Cut. This one came with a soundtrack. Raiden's one of those great legendary shooter series from way back in the PS1 and arcade days, kind of back then. So it's cool that they still make them. Just Cause 3. Started to play that one. Didn't really click with me. Walking Dead Telltale, the collection. Those are great games. The Evil Within. Got this one from MC Murr. It is God Wars Future Past. He said try it. I haven't tried it. But yeah, he got that one from the MC Merman. Assault Suit Linos. It's pretty cool. It's like a mech shooter type game, like a 2D mech shooter. Uncharted 4 Thieves End. Loved it. Great game. Fallout 4. That's more for my son. He likes Fallout and Far Cry. Far Cry Primal. Yeah, I'm just not first person guy. Mighty Number 9. I will play this one day. But I popped it in for a couple minutes and I was like, this is kind of wonky. I didn't really like it at all. Got this one from Brett Hamilton. I popped it in, couldn't control it. It's Micro Machines. That one's just a loose disc there. This is amazing. If you guys can get your hands on this one. This is the Sega Genesis collection. And so, you know, it's got the collection of Genesis games on there. And if you beat a game, so I beat Beyond Oasis. And it unlocked like Alex Kidd and Shinobi on the Sega Master System. It's one of those type of games. But very, very cool. I love the way it's presented. And yeah, all your Genesis classics are there, man. It's just great. Tales of the Borderland, a Telltale game. This game right here, go out and get this one right now. This is Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris. You see the PEGI rating there. This game was only physically released, to my knowledge, in the PAL region. In the United States, we got a case with a download code. But it is a 4-player top-down Diablo-style Tomb Raider game, and what's really, really awesome about this game is if you're only playing one player, the puzzles are set up for one player, but if you're playing like 2, 3, or 4 players, it sets up the puzzle So all 4 players have to do something in order to get the puzzle to work. So very cool game right there. I love that game. Tempest 4000. I mean, it's Tempest. What are you going to do? Shovel Knight. Now, I'm going to be real honest. I know there's a lot of people out there that love Shovel Knight. I did not like this game for about the first hour and a half that I played. I was like, this is dumb. This is boring. But as I got into it and got upgrades, you know, and abilities, it was a really good game. Nice challenge to it, too. Batman: The Enemy Within, also a Telltale game. Until Dawn. NHL 97. NHL 17. Yeah, I got that for like $5 at a pawn shop. My daughter loved to play that, and my middle son also really liked that game. Industry Giant 2, Be a Tycoon. It's one of these Sim City, Sim World kind of things. Wasteland 2, Director's Cut. Have not played that one yet. Monopoly Family Fun Pack. Got that for the kiddies, you know. RBI Baseball 2016, which is great. RBI is more of the arcadey type baseball, whereas the show is a simulation type baseball. So pick your poison there. Have Adventure Time on the PS4. Don't know why I have that. Gravity Rush 2. I started to play this. Was like, meh. Maybe I'll go back to it. We've got Mad Max. That's actually kind of fun, but it is kind of maddening to figure out where you're supposed to go and how to upgrade it. Like, the ammo was so scarce. I don't know. Assassin's Creed Origins. I really need to get back into this one and play this one. And Legend of K Anniversary. This is actually a pretty fun game, but it is like a PS2 game, and they didn't fix... The PS2 like had a bad habit of, like, here's your character and here's the camera behind the character, but it's like smushed, so you have like no peripheral vision, and they didn't really fix that in that game, but it's still kind of fun and interesting. It's a 3D open world action platformer type game. Alright, so the last stuff that we have kind of up here is, you know, the box sets, the limited run stuff, strictly limited, Red Art games, which I really enjoy. But Super Hydora, another shooter. This is a tough shooter, kind of reminds me of like a Gradius style almost. Very, very tough, but very, very cool. One of Limited Run's first games. This is Limited Run 6. It is Futuridium. It is a pretty cool shooter as well. We have Bioshock The Collection. Rise of the Tomb Raider 20-year celebration, which is awesome. I do want to play this game, Final Fantasy 15 Deluxe Edition. It's a steelbook, so we snagged that. I think we got that at GameStop. It was $5, and you know, you're a pro member, they give you a $5 reward, so we ended up getting that like completely free. Yakuza Kiwami steelbook. I still have not really gotten into the Yakuza series. Yakuza 6. What's this one called? The Song of Life. And one of the great games, man. If you guys have a PS4, get your hands on this one. Shantae Half Genie Hero. A lot of the Shantae games, the Game Boy Color game, is super expensive. And then, you know, like Pirate's Curse. Those are all like limited run type games. But this is a Shantae game that you can run out to the store right now and probably get at GameStop or your local store. It's really, really fun. Metroid style, but not super difficult. So great game right there. Got this one in a trade from Retro Heck at the trade show. It is Mutant Mudds Super Challenge. So look forward to playing that one. He sent us a copy of Rive. I don't really know anything about Rive. Limited Run 68. How about that? For you limited run guys out there. A game that I actually got from Brett Hamilton. And yeah, really enjoyed it. I don't have the cover for it, but it is Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Guys, this is one of the most beautiful games on the console. It looks great. Flame in the Flood. Riddled Corpses EX. Now, this is a Red Art Games. If you're not familiar with Red Art, they're in the limited supply PS4, Vita, Switch games. But they will put on their website, there are this many copies of this game, and you can email them at any time and say, how many copies do you have left? And they will respond back and tell you, we've got 300 copies left. So that's cool. My son got me Predator Hunting Grounds for Father's Day or my birthday one year. Have not popped that in. It's still sort of in its Sealy thing. These are good. So we got Dog Child. This was a released in Spain only. There's a game store over there called Game, and it's sort of similar to our GameStop. They did a fan competition, and whoever could make the best game would get their game printed. But this only got one print run, and it was only released at one store in one country. So I'm thinking down the road, this one might be worth a couple bucks. This is a game I definitely want to play because it's got a kick-ass soundtrack. This is another Red Art Games game. It's called War Tech Fighters. It is a flying around in space, blow your shit up mech game, and I will play that eventually. Jack Quest, only 999 copies. 8-Bit Dungeon, another Red Art game. This is One Piece Burning Blood. I'm not a One Piece person, but this also has a hole punch in the UPC code, and it's still sealed. So this was a sample copy given out to a developer or something like that. Those games aren't really supposed to get in the wild, and they punch those UPC codes, so you can't trade them in or return them to a store or something and get cash back. Another game that only got like one print run, and it's also from Spain. It is called Toro. There are a couple of these left at like 30 or 40 bucks, but then after that on eBay, that game is going to start to get really expensive. That one's sealed. The game I want to open, but I just can't pull myself to do it. It is Gundamoniums. It's a great shooter, and it's from Strictly Limited. And what I like about Strictly Limited is they actually put the number on there. This is number 939 of 1500 or whatever. Another copy of Riddle Corpses EX. Do I have 2 copies of this? I do. Look at that. 2 copies of Riddle Corpses. Ice Cream Surfer. Queued them up. Full blast. I'll probably open this one in a couple weeks and stream it. Game I recently defeated. Pang Adventures. Really, really fun. Retro Heck wants me to live stream this one. Next Machina. That is a twin stick shooter and it is badass. Mirror's Edge. This one's in a protective case because it's sealed. Red Art Games actually sent me this one. This is really cool. War Theater. Looks like a RPG fighting type game. It sounds like the disc came out, so we'll have to open that one. Yosai Ninja. Again, another game from Spain that did not get released outside of Spain as far as I know. My second favorite racing game of all time. Horizon Chase Turbo. Now, originally this was only physically released in Brazil, the land of Blanca, but it eventually was released onto everything. Great game, love it. Awesome arcade racer. Toy Soldiers War Chest. I think I got that at Goodwill for a couple bucks, but it is still sealed. Raiden 5 Director's Cut. This one is sealed. I bought 2 of those. MC Murph sent me this one too. Has Been Heroes. Don't really know much about that one. So these games I keep on these stands, these little picture stands. Just pop them open like that, and they make them great for display. But we have limited run number 8. This is Zeo Drifter, sealed. Again, it's another hole punch game, so it's a Sony sample copy or whatever. So yeah, very cool. Love having those in the collection. I'm glad that I picked this game up. I got this off of Facebook or Craigslist. I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. I got it for like 50 bucks, which is more than I really wanted to pay for it, but I knew it was going to be rare. It is Gravity Rush Remastered. Now, from what I understand, maybe some of you guys know a little bit more about this series than I do, but this was a PlayStation Vita game, and it sold really well, so they decided to put it on PS4, and they made it like an Amazon only or something. So not a lot of these out there. This game just keeps climbing in price. It's also a really, really awesome game. It's a great game. I played through it a couple years ago, and yeah, it was pretty badass. I love that game. And then the last game we got here is Fortnite. This is the physical disc version. As the legend goes with this one, they released a physical disc version. Then they released one that had the download code in it or something, and then they stopped doing them. So the disc versions are actually pretty expensive. Last time I checked, it was like 120 bucks for this guy. I got this off Facebook Marketplace for 20 bones. So I think we got a good deal on that one. All right, we got 4 games left. 4 games left. We'll play a little bit of what's in the box. Ordered this game. Got it earlier this year. I was super excited. I am a huge Samurai Jack fan. And this is Samurai Jack Battle Through Time on PS4. I kind of wish I would have gotten the collector's edition. Limited run 356 for anybody that cared. Standard beat 'em up, hack and slash, light platforming, light puzzle solving. But I do love Samurai Jack. I need some like Samurai Jack artwork in here. But it does come with this really cool card. I don't really like ordering things from Limited Run because they take forever. But they do make good stuff. You know what I mean? You get posters and cards and everything. Anyway, Samurai Jack, great game. Highly recommend if you can get your hands on one. I think there was a Play Asia version, so that one might be cheaper if you're trying to get one in your collection. But you gotta really play that game twice, and because you're not gonna be able to level up all the way the first playthrough. But when you play through it the second time, I mean it's easy money. The game is so easy at that point. Samurai Jack, gotta love it. Next game, I ordered this one off of eBay. Seller was really cool, and it is another shooter. Surprise, surprise! It is Asterbreed, and on the back there, it's got like the the postcard that came with it and everything in there. It's still sealed. Who made this one? Edelweiss Games. So there you go, another awesome shooter. Actually won this limited run game from Smash JT, and it is Watch Out Behind You, Night Trap. So yeah, limited run 74, and I still haven't opened it or played it, but yeah, like I said, I got that from Smash JT in a contest. Then the last game that we have here, we got this one from Top Loaded Gaming. We did a little trade, and Top Loaded Gaming sent me this game. Okay, it wasn't really part of the trade. He just sent it to me, and I was like, dude, this is incredible. So I felt kind of bad because I was getting like the super better end of the deal on the trade. So I sent him a complete in box copy of Contra back. So, and that's how he packaged it, man. He like made these little foam things. It is, let me get this right. It is Skullgirl's Second Encore. That is still sealed in the package. It's never really been out of this foam, little foam. But there it is. Very, 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 very cool of him to send that. And then it also came with the soundtrack, which is also sealed. Sealed? All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. What are some of your favorite PS4 games? Leave a comment down below. I'm a big fan of the shooter genre, so if you know any more shooters that I should get, please let me know. Again, make that a comment down below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe, share on social media because that does help out a lot. Don't forget to bang that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all of your CM retro gaming goodness. Guys, take care of yourselves, and we will see you on the next one.